I'm going to share my wisdom or rambling nonsense. Either way, pay attention, motherfucker. All right, since somebody asked me about the Purple Revolution in this comment, I'll share my thoughts. And I'm just a guy, so take it or leave it. I think it's good. I think it's always good for people to come together and truly identify the real problem, being up top and not left and right, and do all that stuff. But that's not me. So here's the thing, and I've said this for the longest time. At the end of every video, I have F MAGA. That's my thing. And I understand that that kind of promotes or perpetuates division. And that's not a good thing. Divided, we fall. So I do appreciate the need to come together. But I'm not the guy that reaches across the aisle to bring those folks over to our side. I actually believe that one of the problems that we've had over the years is that we've played nice for way too long. And I'm sorry, but there's never been a dictator in history that hadn't lied to his people, that hadn't conned and convinced a large swath of their population to do their bidding. Hitler in the 30s didn't alive one person ever, even when he served. They rely on the masses to carry out their dastardly deeds. And there's a certain amount of accountability that comes with that. Now, personally, my platform isn't about uniting or working with MAGA. There's plenty of platforms out there. I support them. I think that we need a multi-pronged approach. And I think anyone that's on the side of MAGA that wants to come over, great, come on over, right? Just stay the fuck over there in the corner because I don't trust you. But this is different. What I'm talking about is more about return on investment. It's about the energy that we expend trying to convert from the enemy, from the other side of the aisle, from the cult, in order to win something that we need. The truth is that cult is a minority. And the reason that they are in power is because the rest of us couldn't come together and unite against them and their ideology. And my platform and what I believe is that that's where we should be focusing our energy. Let's just think about the last election. I think it was like 60% of the eligible voting population actually voted. 40% of people that could have voted and participated in our democracy chose not to. That's over 88 million people that for some reason decided it wasn't that fucking important. Of the people that did vote, it was right down the middle, right versus left. And you have arguments about the Jill Stein and all this kind of stuff for whatever reason, but it was right down the middle. And MAGA and Trump won this thing by 1.5%. I mean, they barely won this thing, okay? The reality is that we shouldn't be focusing our energy, I don't think, on going over to the MAGA side and trying to talk some of them into coming back to fucking reality. And I do not believe that left equals right in this environment. I happen to be left, but I used to be right. The truth is that there's a very clear line between good and evil, right and wrong. And they're just fucking wrong. We're not talking about policy on economics. The shit that these guys are promoting, the white supremacy, the Christian nationalism, the subjugation of women is wrong. Okay, so I'm not going to have this false equivalency and say, well, both sides are the same. Bullshit. One side is extremely wrong. The other side, the left, yeah, they're not fucking perfect, but politics have never been perfect. So I really don't agree with a false equivalency where everybody just ignores all the evil fucking shit and the ideologies that they're pushing in favor of unity. Okay? So here's the thing. I get it. I get unity is important. But someone else can go over there, knock on that door, and try to talk some sense into these fucking morons. I'm not the guy. I want to spend my energy knocking on the door of those 88 million motherfuckers that didn't think it was important, convincing them to understand and see what's going on so that they can get off their ass and help us defeat this evil. The same way every time an evil regime comes into power, it takes a coalition of different people from different nations often to come together to defeat that common enemy. That's what I think our energy should be spent on. Not uniting with MAGA, but uniting amongst ourselves first. We got to come together ourselves to put that shit down. Spend your energy recruiting from people that didn't vote and figuring out a way to get all the different factions on the left to come together and recognize we don't have time for purity politics. We don't have time for perfection. We have to unite against a common foe and recognize what they represent. So Purple Revolution, all fucking day long. You guys have good time. Go for it. You're welcome. But that's not me.